One eternity later.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting for us. There was some back end, their revisions and other things in place, and the making of the drinks and much merriment, and everyone rejoiced. So now we're continuing on. We're continuing on.
This was supposed to have been during our airing of the grievances the whole time. Oh well.
Airing of the grievances. So. Trey Young.
Man, I hate short guards. I gotta tell you. I cannot. So, there was one good little short guard, and now everybody thinks they're him. Steph Curry.
Let's also reflect the fact that one short guard was from the state of Virginia. Let's get this clear.
That's true. AI. We got AI. Got it. But exceptions, not rules. What I'm saying is he is not nearly so talented as he believes or that other people make him out to be. I'm sorry, he's not. He is flat out not. You can come at me with his stats, and if you get every shot, you get everything thrown to you because everybody thinks you're the next Steph Curry. No, Steph Curry was Steph Curry.
Well, Steph Curry was Steph Curry, and Steph Curry still didn't get every shot tossed at him.
No,
it's a matter of being able to develop gravity and effectively work within the system of basketball. And
it's wonderful that you can shoot from so far away, being all of 5'10", and no, you're not 6'1", all of 5'10". You and I are eye to eye, buddy. I'm just saying, you were 5'10". You see, I see 6'1" people and they're taller than you, so you're not
right.
You're not 6'1".
Right.
It's a little bit of today's NBA type of deal. So I'm gonna do the old man get off my lawn thing. It's a little bit of the cream puffy NBA that is out there, which I don't think. So I say the cream puff, but to be honest with you, I don't think the NBA is nearly as soft as it was, say, 6-7 years ago. I think it is weirdly enough sort of coming out of. There was a time, I mean, any star, if you breathe near anybody, there was a foul every time down court. And I think they're trying to let people play, which is important. But one of the guys that is definitely suffering, as he's probably having his worst statistical year, in the year where they took away his little, where he would lean into people, where he would, try to draw the foul and stuff like that.
Yes.
He's having his worst year. You know why? One, yes, he needed to adjust, sure, and he can't so far. Again, I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not even saying he's not a star player. I'm saying he's not the elite. You should definitely build your entire world around him.
Well, here's the trick, and here's the litmus test, right? If you're a star player, the challenges in front of you flat out don't matter. Let's get this straight. If you have to make excuses for a player, I'm sorry, they are not a star player.
Or at least not a superstar, elite of the elite.
I'm thinking like maybe star, but like I'm sorry, but that's to me, that is the litmus test. You have to start evaluating their play and look at all the challenges in front of them, all the things, and say it didn't matter. And again, hey, you know what? I'm biased, especially with a guy like a Trey Young, but you know what? My litmus test for a small guard in that position is Iverson. I'm sorry. That's where I'm coming in from. But guess what?
Let me explain just how much
tell me Iverson like gave two shits about any of your, but you're this, this is going on.
The same types of things with Allen when he was in the league too. Remember his crossover? It was a carry. It was. It was.
But the rules,
The rules changed, and I was using it more so people are, his supporters, the Trey Young supporters, are like, well, they changed all the rules, so like it was just targeting him and things like that. Okay, sure. Don't get me wrong, they definitely were targeting him because he was the leading culprit of it. Right. So they changed the rule. He was the poster boy, him and James Harden. Absolutely. James Harden with his walk and his off. And Trey Young with his leaning into people because, running fast and then just cutting back and leaning backwards into people so they would touch him. And, oh, hey, a foul got called because you were playing defense, moderate defense. That type of thing. So, sure. And I'm not knocking him for trying to find a trick around something. I am all for trying to find a trick around.
I laugh and I laugh.
I'm not even going to try to sound like the two old men talking about the 90s and stuff like that. But, oh, Lord.
My thing is that if you want to complain about the rules on offense being I'm sorry, a smidge a little bit tougher there, sweet cake.
They had auto-corrected too far, or overcorrected.
They did. They
overcorrected over here.
They overcorrected.
It was the other way around. You could, if you instituted one rule in today's NBA, half of the players, you would see scoring drop so fast, so quickly. Every scorer. Oddly enough, guys like LeBron and stuff like that would help. In LeBron's way he is now, because the league got so much smaller. Yeah. He's now sort of a big, and so he could use his power now. But hand checking, institute hand checking, and hand checking, for those that don't know, you go and you put your hand straight elbow out on a guard or someone out on the perimeter. And you can kind of direct them where to go at that point defensively. Right. Now you have to have your arm bent.
There were people in the league because of their ability.
They had they could send you wherever you were going. That's always the argument that if Jordan played in today's NBA without hand checking, he'd probably average 50. I was gonna say Jordan's the guy that I want on my team. Kobe is the guy that I would want on my team and be like a future ambassador and things like that. Good person, good off the court, etc., etc.
Yeah.
LeBron is the guy that I'd want, like my son, to kind of grow up and start emulating his off the court, not his crying on the court after every foul and every. Yeah,
fair enough.
Not that dude.
Fair enough.
I have to get that out just for me. As a human being, from what we know as fans and things like that, at least.
Yeah.
A guy that, he's been with one woman. He's stayed there the whole time. He's been a good family man. He looks out for others. He's pulling people up instead of pulling the bridge up behind, or the ladder up behind him. He's pulling people up with him. He's a good human being.
He's been doing everything, quote unquote, right.
Should he have known that ahead of time?
You know what's so weird? You know what's so weird about this whole Trey Young discussion? And remember, you're the one that gave me Trey Young as a name, right?
Yeah.
What all this has taught me? Trey Young's just not important enough to fucking talk about.
See, I watched him the other night, and he has all the he has all the what's another word that I can pronounce? He may be smarter than me, Ben, because he can probably pronounce
he's so verbose in his actions and just so
and I get it.
Eloquent.
He's suffering from the short man syndrome in a tall man's world. Fair enough. I'm not that tall. I get what you're going for. Granted, he and I are the same height. I don't play in the NBA, so I don't suffer from this syndrome. But he clearly has some short man syndrome.
Agreed. But it's whole like what I want to get to. What I want to get to
He's
is
not a
this
star.
whole...
He's gotten coaches fired. He's trying to get this current coach fired. All trying to make him accountable and et cetera, et cetera. Anyhow,
and it's no what I get. I know this is the point you want to get to as well. This whole like not playing or even dressing for a game.
What are you doing, man? You're the leader. Who are you again?
You're the fucking star. Okay, like again. Here's the thing. And I think you pinpointed the exact word that these people need to really pay attention. These players, these quote unquote stars, right? Star is something outside the game attaches to you.
Yeah.
Leader is what you earn day in, day out. Every practice, every like being there, people coming in and they think they're getting there early. Oh, I'm sorry. I've already been here 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
And it doesn't matter how long you've been in the league. Some guys can roll out of, well, I was going to say high school. They can't do that anymore. But roll out of college and in their rookie season, not day one, but in their rookie season, they're a leader of a team.
Damn right.
And it's not because of where they got drafted.
No.
It's behind the scenes.
It's how you show up.
They're showing up.
It's how you show
They're
up.
They're doing all the little stuff. Not
day
out
in
front of the cameras. Not in front of the cameras. That doesn't count.
Yep.
A lot
little
of times
things that
the other things with the leader is holding yourself
right
more accountable than anyone else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where Trey's so far off.
And Trey is real good about calling out everybody else.
Oh dear God,
everybody
dude.
else. Oh, it's the
dear
corners.
God,
it's the no. You gotta look inward, man.
And that's what's so fucked up. That's what's so fucked up. Trey right now needs, because like Iverson talked, like people talk about Iverson about like the dog and Iverson, like all this stuff. But you know what Iverson did? Iverson talked to his team. Iverson communicated about like, okay, look, all right. The coach has done this, right?
Right.
The coach set this shit up. You know what?
We ain't doing
okay. Hey, well, but think about it. Think about it from like day one, like practice and all of this shit, right?
I know. We talking about practice?
I know it's ironic. I know it's ironic. But you know what Iverson also did? Iverson was very, very Iverson was actually very humble the way he talked to his team. In a sense that, okay, look, this is what we're doing. The coach is putting this in place. And it is like, look, I don't know the exact words, but obviously Iverson was like, hey, look, I can do this shit. So play with me. Right? Play with me.
Roll, yeah. And that's not what Trey
because
as
many shots as Iverson took, find me a teammate that complained about it. That's where I think that's where the thing where time's gonna tell about Trey. I think there's going to be people that are going to be talking about this dude a different
all
way.
Kinds of grumblings already. I mean, John Collins signed off a deal for all that money. And I'm not saying he's a star or should be worth the money or should be even in competition with
Trey.
Trey.
He's a solid player.
I'm not saying that, but
he's a solid piece.
He's their other guy. He's their wing guy. I mean, they're second.
He should be that. He should be the guy that Trey is. Like Trey,
and
as far
he
as like
can't get out of there fast enough.
Like Trey, from Trey's perspective, Collins should have like a pulsing beacon on him.
Always know where he's at.
Like just and because the fucking dude's gonna finish for you. It's
and if Trey just wanted to do the whole ice Trey thing, ice in his veins and doing that, okay, fine. Which means you're the closer. Be the closer. Be the best at closing games. Fine, fair enough. Not everybody can be Jordan. Some people got to be Scotty. Some people have to be Dennis. I get that. Some people just need to be Kerr off the bench.
Steph didn't even do that.
But don't look for all the shine 24/7, 365 at every second, at every turn.
No.
And then if you're not getting that shine, and it's a different kind of shine that he's looking for. He is, I will say, I don't want to kind of group because we talked about the little shining light thing earlier with that knucklehead in Brooklyn. So it's not the same. Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry.
Kyrie.
No, Kyrie. Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
So when we talk about Kyrie, it's not the same shine. It is on the court. I will grant you that which is where it's supposed to be. That's why we should be talking about any of them.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I don't want to combine those two because they're not in any way, shape, or form.
No. Except for the whole injury with the coach decision.
Yeah, true. But
dynamic.
So Trey has his whole. He wants the shine 24/7, 365 every second. Everyone bows to him, turns to him, looks to him, and a little bit of that is just trying to be the star. And granted, fine, fair enough. Be the closer. That's how you make your number. That's where you become that level. Do something in the playoffs, and I don't mean fumble your way and trip and somehow get to the Eastern Conference Final because Ben Simmons forgot how to shoot a jump shot.